Welcome back to another vlog. Today we are in Singapore, which I personally think is the prettiest city in the world. We're starting our time here today in the Canning Park, which was historic in World War II, also was originally a botanical garden, and is now a UNESCO Heritage Site. It's one of many parks around the city, as Singapore is one of the greenest cities in the world. Very beautiful to walk around. It also has the iconic tunnel where you can sit on the steps and look up and just see greenery all around you. So really pretty place. It is unfortunately raining today, but we're still gonna make the best of it and see as many sights as we possibly can around the city. So let's go check it out.
So we just got done at the Fort Canning Tree Park Tunnel, and right as we were wrapping up there, it started to just downpour. So we took some shelter in a nearby building, but it looks like it's letting up just a little bit, so we're gonna go keep on checking out the city.
So we're at Mellower. We decided to stop for a little coffee and muffin. This is called the Sweet Rain or something like that. What it is cotton candy over a cup of coffee, and when I put it over the top, the steam is gonna melt the cotton candy into my Americano, and I feel like this just describes Singapore. Completely bougie, over the top, modern, very creative. So we're gonna see how this works. Here we go. It's starting to rain. There is melted cotton candy everywhere. Look at this cotton candy cloud. This is the most creative coffee I think I've ever had. Pretty good. We're gonna finish up this little treat here, but then next what we're gonna do is go down to the Bay Area to see the merlion, which is the official, I guess, icon of Singapore, which is a lion on top and mermaid on the bottom. So pretty interesting, but we're gonna go see that after we finish up the most creative coffee I have ever had.
We just got done checking out the merlion statue. It was a really busy place. It looked like there was a pretty big tour group there. So we didn't spend a ton of time there, just a quick little stop. But we are spending the next several hours here in the Marina Bay area. So next we're walking over to the Singapore Flyer, which is just like an observation Ferris wheel. That way we can get a great view of the entire marina.
Thank you, enjoy.
So we are currently walking through the time capsule, which is at the lower level of where the Singapore Flyer is, or the Ferris wheel. And honestly, it's like a great way to learn a lot of history. It's kind of geared towards kids, I think, but it's still a great way to learn some history about Singapore.
We We are now in the Singapore Flyer, which is a massive Ferris wheel that gives you an amazing view of Singapore, and it's in the Bay Area. It's honestly really cool, and the best part is we got this entire capsule to ourselves. I don't know how, there's just not very many people around today. I can only imagine how packed this capsule could get. So this Ferris wheel takes 30 minutes to do a full rotation, so that's a really long ride, and it goes up really high. A little scared of heights right now, but it's moving nice and slow. It's now starting to rotate, which feels a little freaky. We're getting really high up here, but we can see the whole skyline. We can see the ships out at sea. We can also see the beautiful artificial trees, and I can also see a cruise ship. So you really get a full view from up here, and it's a little freaky, so I'm gonna sit down.
We have now almost made it to the very top of the Ferris wheel. So the cost to go to the time capsule and the Ferris wheel was kind of expensive. It was $30 per person. We generally don't like to spend a lot of money on like these different tall buildings or this Ferris wheel, but Singapore is such a beautiful city, and it is known as like the Garden City, that we definitely wanted to come up here and get a top-down view of the city. Honestly, this place is just incredible. Like, Singapore is absolutely beautiful. So after we get done here on the Ferris wheel, we're gonna be going back across the bridge and over to the Gardens by the Sea. It's where the super tall artificial trees are located that Singapore is known for. We are finally being the typical tourists. We're 4 months into our trip, and this is gonna be the first souvenir that we've gotten. We've been wanting some playing cards just to play while we're like bored at airports or whatever, so we're finally picking up a deck. So Singapore is so over the top that even their bridges look beautiful. So this is called the Helix Bridge, and it's like modeled after obviously a DNA helix strand, and it looks beautiful.
Next, we're at the Gardens by the Bay, where the iconic super trees are, and we're just gonna spend the next couple hours checking out this beautiful area. There's so many different walking paths, statues, and different structures to see. So we are gonna hang out here until the light and the fountain show that starts at 8 o'clock. So we opted not to do the cloud forest or the flower dome because they were $50 US per person. So we decided to skip that this time. There's tons of beautiful gardens to walk through that are free. We just walked through a cactus garden. We saw an otter crossing sign, which we're very confused. We did not know that there were otters here. Saw some lizards. There's tons of beautiful ponds, and now we're gonna go walk to the Golden Garden, which is also free.
So right now I'm looking at the Google Maps, just trying to figure out like what we want to go check out, and honestly it's kind of overwhelming because there's like so many different gardens and so many different things to go check out. So we probably could have spent like the entire afternoon over here rather than just like 2 hours, but I'm gonna keep on trying to find more places to check out here. So we waited over by the super trees until it started to get dark, because once it gets dark, those trees start to light up, and it is way more beautiful at nighttime than during the day with all those lights glowing in the trees. And then we quickly walked over here, and we made it here about 5 minutes before the fountain water show starts, so it should be starting any minute now.
Good morning. It is the next day. We got back to our hotel pretty late last night because we walked a total of 10 miles yesterday, and we are definitely feeling it. We have been staying at the Holiday Express here in Singapore. We used some credit card points that we've used from accumulating points to stay here for free, since Singapore is a more expensive place to stay, and it's honestly so nice. There is a huge infinity pool on the top floor floor that is 40 meters long, and there's also a super nice gym, so we've really enjoyed our time here and we do not want to leave. It also has the most beautiful view of the city ever. Singapore is such an amazing and beautiful city. We feel like we barely scratched the surface of things to see here in the time that we were here, so we already want to come back. But stay tuned, because next we're going to be heading to our 13th country for the trip, which is Indonesia, so we will see you there.